Hi folks, this is All the Fruit, and here I'm in the city of Kuching in Borneo. Actually, I came here for the biggest and wildest and most interesting night market in the city, but like many other things, COVID has destroyed it to it. Now it's a small, tame afternoon market where I just stayed for 10 minutes and didn't even buy anything. But I don't want to have driven to the suburbs for nothing. So I spotted those little gardens here and there, which are definitely not legal. Those people have definitely not bought or rented the place or acquired some official permit. But I still, or despite of that, or I don't care, I totally approve of that. The city of Kuching, like most Borneo cities, has a lot of space. This is just some small suburban road. Basically there's space like those American cities, and very much unlike the European cities. And here in between those city blocks, they all look pretty much the same, but at least they are trying to put some nice architecture on them. It's better than nothing. That's what it looks like when they are trying a bit less, but mostly they are trying to make it resemble like a little bit something old and Chinese. And they're also clever enough to leave huge spots of free land. Look at that. This is just undeveloped grassland here. And on this undeveloped grassland, people are making those little gardens. Let's check out a couple of those. This reminds me of Bulgaria, and basically it was very typical for socialist countries. People just would make a garden somewhere on public land, either with a non-written but informal permission of some authority, or completely without any permissions. As far as I know, it was called nahalka in Russian. Basically it means cheeky. I'm so cheeky, I'm so shameless, I just do a land grab. I grab a plot of land, of public land, and make a garden there and hope that nobody's gonna chase me away from it. My grandfather had something similar, but he asked the local forestry department for a permit to make a garden on a shrubbery plot, which didn't have forest but just shrubbery. Well, let's see what those gardens in this public grassland in Kuching have. Passion flowers, taro, don't even know what this is, but I see it on the markets. Soursop, I think. A nice white mulberry tree with black fruits. They are red now because they are half ripe, but they will be black, and it's still the white mulberry. This thing grows from the tropics. We are here basically on the equator, a couple kilometers south of the equator, I think. No, we are a couple kilometers north of the equator, but still in equatorial climate, and this thing will grow all the way to cold areas in Russia. Lemongrass. This is this bee clitoria, bean clitoria, which they use to color rice and other things. A lot of manioc over there. Yeah, manioc is one of the main foodstuffs in the tropics. It's basically the big starchy vegetable they have here. Well, this, help, okay, this was not so good. I just sidestepped in it. This taro here is the second most important one in the area. Basil. Back then I think they have sweet potatoes, another important food stuff here. A lot of herbs and spices and veggies which I don't even know. Well, a small papaya, not a papaya tree, those are not trees. This lamiaceae I also see on a lot of markets. Here you can see, once the mulberries are ripe, they turn black, but it's still the white mulberry. More clitoria beans. This guy sure likes sour soap, chili peppers, a lot of them. He sure likes taro too. Here's some pumpkin. Pumpkins grow here, I guess, just as well as in temperate areas. Over there I think it's a guava, some other cucurbitaceae, not the pumpkin but something different. Over there cucumbers. Let's go to the next small garden. Here is another one of those little gardens. Kuching grew incredibly fast within the last decades. Those endless blocks, pretty much uniform blocks of houses, have been built here. The city population grew to, well, something like 750,000, some say more than 1 million in the metropolitan area. That means that almost half of the population of Sarawak lives here. So a lot of people came here from the villages, and if they cannot have a legal garden, I guess they just take a plot of land. Yeah, no problem with that at all. Here this one has planted a couple coconut palms, white mulberry, several white mulberries, lots of maniok, a mango, a matua, some ginger and lemongrass in the background, taro here and there. Well, here maybe he wasn't so lucky with the soil. A lot of rubble here. They have torn down some walls or some other construction and just dumped the rubble here. Also, yeah, we are here on very poor soil and tropical climate, so it's good to dump everything near your plants so that they can take up the nutrients. They sure like the mulberries. Could be Chinese who came from more temperate areas, and they are really lucky that nowadays there are mulberry varieties which can grow here in this area. Another mango, a matua back there. That's the matua and the mulberries are actually some signs that those are probably Chinese. Chilies, pea, eggplant, different manioc varieties. The other guy had a different variety. What is this here? Is this a longan or a rambutan? Some sort of artocarpus in the background, not sure what exactly it is. Here you can see the different manioc varieties, lots of trash unfortunately. Yeah, nice. I think if I check out a couple more gardens, I can find a couple more varieties and species people are growing here.